positional units across college football in recent years that doesn't get a whole lot of recognition nationally. Northwestern defensive back. We bring in Zack Pereles from Inside NU to help us break down the current unit going into the fall of 2016. Zack, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for coming back to help us out with the Wildcats secondary. No Travion Henry. He's gone after 4 tackles for loss last season. Nick Van Hoos, also a key player back in the back 4 with 3 interceptions. But at corner, you're in great shape. Matthew Harris, 4 picks, 48 tackles, and also Keith Watkins. So set us up at corner, and we'll progress through the secondary from there.
Yeah, so Pat Fitzgerald said Matthew Harris has a chance to be the best corner Northwestern's ever had. So that probably tells you about as much as you need to know about Matthew Harris. There were times last year when it looked like he was just running the wide receivers routes for them. Really shifty guy, gets great jumps on the ball, can play press coverage, can play off coverage, great speed. He's also going to be their punt returner, so they're going to want him around the ball as much as possible. And then Keith Watkins, really physical tackler, guy that stepped up when Van Hoos got hurt. Van Hoos was not available for the bowl game, and obviously Northwestern got blown out, but Keith Watkins looked very good in the bowl game. Good tackler, guy that can really run. 2 really good physical specimens on the outside for Northwestern. I think that Watkins is not going to be a huge drop-off from Van Hoos, and I think Harris will be, if he's healthy, Harris can be even better than he was last year.
It's kind of astonishing that for a program like Northwestern, if you look at the recruiting rankings from the last few years and look at the top 50 to 100 players in the secondary, you see Northwestern jump out there like 3 times, and those aren't even guys that are going to be needed on the field. So Montre Hardage, also Alonzo Mayo, are a couple guys that I'm not talking about, but they're keeping other guys on the field. And of course, you need more than 2 corners to be respectable in pass defense.
Yeah, Montre Hardage, actually, it's an interesting story. He was one of the last guys picked up from Northwestern in their class a couple years ago. Was not a guy that they even really had on their radar until the very end, one of their lowest rated recruits. And he was able to find the field as not a ton as a corner, but on special teams. They like what he can do at the corner spot. Alonzo Mayo, a physical, maybe more of a physical corner, is going to step up in the slot there and take over for Watkins, who's going to be bumped to the outside for Van Hoos. They really like those 2 guys there. In general, this is definitely a big strength of the team. They really like their guys outside, and they like their guys inside as well. So Northwestern should be set at the cornerback position for sure.
Yeah, a few of the guys that I'm alluding to that we may see in the future: Roderick Campbell out of Chicago, a top 50 cornerback in 2016. Brian Bullock, a Texas kid, along with Travis Whitlock as well, both ranked at their positions at cornerback and at safety, but again, probably not factors in 2016. So set us up at safety, where we've got, of course, Godwin Igwebuike with 87 total tackles this past season, kind of leading the safety position.
Yeah, Godwin Igwebuike is all over everywhere. It's just he plays sideline to sideline, had a ton of big plays, loves to come up and help out in the run game. Very athletic guy. Various NFL sites have him going in the top 3 rounds next year if he were to come out early. Very good tackler, guy that can really run, really cover guys. He's also like with Travion Henry gone, he's going to be like the energetic leader in that backfield. He's a guy that loves to have fun. Is a ball hawk. He had his freshman year, he had 3 interceptions in 1 game against Wisconsin when Northwestern pulled off the upset against Melvin Gordon's Wisconsin team. He's a guy that's very talented all over the field, and really he's going to have to become that leader off the field for Northwestern as well at that safety spot.
All right, Zack Pereles from Inside NU joining us to break down the Wildcats secondary, one of the very best in college football. Zack, we appreciate the breakdown. Love the personnel to try to keep up with the Wildcats coming off that 10-3 campaign. So thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.